What's up, Sherpa Network? Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jonathan Tedemom, aka JT, aka J On, aka Sherpa Winfrey, and I'm the host and producer of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Today's show is a Domain Sherpa review, where we get into the minds of successful domain investors using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics to become more successful domain name investors ourselves. It's a mouthful. We've been saying it since Saiger has been running the show, so we keep it going. Big shout out to Saiger. We haven't done a Domain Sherpa review in a couple of weeks. We've had a couple really cool episodes. If you haven't seen them, we did one with Matt Berry from escrow.com, and last week we did one with Paul Nix from GoDaddy. So if you have not checked those out yet, go get your listen on, get your viewing on, get your learn on. And but now we're back to the basics with an OG squad. And so we'll go ahead and do what we do. We got 4 segments to Domain Sherpa review. We've got grand opening. That's where I intro the Sherpas. We see what's going on with them. We talk about some related things, maybe some unrelated things. We've got the domain game. That's what we hear about what the Sherpas recently bought or sold. Everybody guesses. We keep scoring. Eventually, somehow, some way, someday, get some swag to the winners. And then we got after that, we got NameJet Gonna Jet, sponsored by NameJet. Big shout out to them. We review a list of domains coming up for auction. We see what the Sherpas like, what they don't like. And then last but not least, we've got grand closing, where we discuss anything we haven't covered already, what's going on in the domain space, the market, looking at trends, current events, and allowing our guests to mention, promote anything they want to talk about that we've not already discussed. All right, with that, let's go ahead and introduce the Sherpas. Over to my right, we got my boy Andrew Rosner, a.k.a. Morpheus, a.k.a. the Dirk Diggler of digital assets, a.k.a. Bob Lee Swagger the Sniper, a.k.a. Drew. Drew got what I need, a.k.a. never going to give Drew up. Get Rick rolled. What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm phenomenal. I am phenomenal. The weather is broken. The sun is shining in Portugal again, although I think it starts raining again tomorrow, but we're going to forget about that. We had 3 absolutely stunning days. And as you can see, I got a nice, got a little bronzing on. And, business is popping and, I'm healthy again. And the world's great. You know what I mean?
Dude, I love it. Love that energy.
We're cooking.
Love that update.
I do want to make a couple announcements. So first off, I feel a personal responsibility to maintain updates on this. So I had said that I had been taking the methylene blue, and I didn't obviously recommend it or promote it, but I just said that I had been taking it. I have now stopped taking it on the advice of my sister, who's a neurosurgeon, and told me that basically she loves this stuff, but for IV injection use when she knows that it's pharmaceutical grade quality, fit for humans, and also for specific use cases. And so what she said is that basically like Benadryl, which you also have to be careful about, come to find out, it opens up the blood-brain barrier. So when you take methylene blue, or you take, there's a category of these drugs that I forget what they're called, but they open up the blood-brain barrier. And so if you've got any of these heavy molecules in your body that from something else you've taken, some supplements, a lot of dirty supplements, some supplements you take are actually just heavy molecules in and of themselves. And so anything that you're consuming, anything that's in your blood, anything, that is probably something you don't want crossing over into your blood-brain barrier, when you take the methylene blue or you take Benadryl or, any of that stuff, you are opening yourself up to that risk that this stuff crosses over the blood-brain barrier and can create, real problems in the brain, depending on where it lands and whether or not it stays. So anyways, until further investigation, I have halted my use of the methylene blue. And so, if you are taking it, you should, just double check that it's probably right for you.
All right, let's keep it moving. To my lower right, we got my boy Ammar Kuba, a.k.a. King Kuba, a.k.a. Danny Ocean, a.k.a. the even greater Gatsby. Don't chase an unworthy dream, y'all. A.k.a. Ammar Zan, a.k.a. Kuba Libre, a.k.a. LL Ammar J, a.k.a. Kuba Soze, a.k.a. Kuba Kinte. What up, dog? How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. All good here. I'm not taking any methylene blue or any of that shit.
What are you taking? What textile dye are you taking?
But I do like that Japanese thing that Drew has. I might have to get one. It's pretty cool.
I really truly like it, you feel powerful when you're holding this thing. And I play with it.
Text me a link to it.
I play with it. Well, yeah, I bought it in an antiques auction. They're hard to, you got to find because you know, you can go on like eBay and get some cheap knockoff grass shit. But this is like, this is the real deal. This is like a couple thousand years old. This shit came with a certificate of authenticity. I bought it from my man Michael Backman Limited, just in case. Shout out to my man Michael Backman Limited. I'll tell you what, they were very accommodating, very good to work with. Wired them the money. I had this thing at my door like a day, maybe 2 days later. All packaged up nice, certificate of authenticity. So Michael Backman, I guess they specialize in Asian,
in the UK.
Well, they specialize in Asian ancient artifacts. And so anyways, I was told, you know what it is? I asked Grok. I said, Grok, where do I get my Vajra on? And Grok said that Michael Backman Limited was one of the best places to get you a Vajra. So anyways,
the leading
I checked them
Vajra
out.
importers.
That's it. There we go.
Like, absolutely. When people tell me that I shouldn't eat a Honeycrisp apple because it's too high in sugar, I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to eat an apple over some bagged something. Like, it's just,
yeah, no doubt.
it does, none of this makes sense to me. And bringing it all to domains, when you feel better, you last longer in the day. When you get those last 3 hours of the day and you have good brain power, that just compounds over years. When people feel like shit starting at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, or they waste the morning, that stuff compounds. I need hours in the day. I don't got that much time left, man. I'm mid 50s. I got like 30 years of good years. I got to make every single minute count. So I'm optimized. I'm not fucking around. I'm keeping moving. But I need to go to altitude, man. Sea level doesn't do anything for me. I could get a little higher. And it's pretty.
Gold visa, baby. Gold visa.
Like the proper term is golden visa.
Yeah, golden visa would be the proper term, but gold visa.
Right. Whoa. Hey, let's not get into what the strategy might, be.
Changing it up.
Yep.
We're changing it up. We're going to go abtc.com. 4 letters.
ABTC.
abtc.com. abtc.com, dude. Okay. This one I am out on. So it's just gonna be you two. Boom. Hot off the presses.
I'm going old school.
Oh, nice. Texas Instruments. Let's go.
I like that. Fuck that blue light.
Nope.
All right.
Down with the man. Get out the old school calculator. We need to start playing with what are those called? Abacus. We're gonna start playing with abacus over here.
All right, here we go. Flip it. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So Shane is at $18,500 and Ammar's at $99,995. Let's go.
You're both so wrong that you both don't even qualify.
Yeah, you guys might have to guess again. Guess again.
Yeah, just take it back.
That means I'm closer.
Like,
yeah.
Really?
Take it back. Try it again.
Go ahead. Vote again. Vote again. You'll get the point.
I like it.
Vote again.
Hold on. Well, that's not
Drew wants to take his proper victory lap, and I'm okay with it. Let's go.
See that? I got the support of the host over here.
Woo! That's because he helped you fucking sell it.
Let's go.
Listen, he didn't help me sell it, but the dude he didn't even know he owned it. He had to go check the inventory. He was like, "Do we own that?"
No, that's not true. I knew we had it. I didn't know. Well,
straight up, you had to go check the inventory. Don't even lie.
I had to figure out exactly which bucket of inventory it belonged in. That's the So
the Vajra is strong.
The Vajra is strong on this one. All right, go ahead, flip it. All right, now we've got Shane at 150,000 and Ammar at 400,000.
Y'all want to try one more time?
No, just tell us.
If you added up both of your bids, you'd still be low.
Wow.
ABTC?
abtc.com, $699,999.
Wow.
Oh,
nice.
money in the bank too. Money in the bank. Done.
Very
No
nice.
no payment plan. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200.
So I got to be the host here. How in the world did you pick that number on a 4-letter? Where did you?
BTC. It's going to be an ETF.
It's a BTC. It's a Bitcoin.
It's going to be yeah.
Oh,
Shay's been in the mountains. That thin air up in the mountains.
Yeah,
you
you need a little extra oxygen, dog.
I didn't have BT. That's not what I heard.
What did you think he was saying?
I never put BTC at the end of that. Oh shit, I'm off the show. Bring me back later. Oh
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. So
what would be
look,
super funny is if I could snap my fingers and right now Shane's not there and it's like Josh. You know what I'm saying? It's like straight up replacement.
Oh, hey, how
there
you
you
doing?
go. Yeah, hey, not too bad. Not too bad. Flipping the hat around.
I'll just stare at the screen like he does up here. What?
Oh man, catching strays. All right. So talk to us. How long do you own it? How much you pay for it? I mean, I know all these things, but you gotta tell the world. Tell the world.
Yeah, I don't know. I bought it 2020. Bought it in 2020, at the height of COVID, and I think we paid 25 for it. And at that time I had gone out and I had bought basically all of the single characters followed by 3 things. I was trying to buy all the single character followed by BTC, single character followed by NFT, and single character followed by DAO, DAO. And so I went out and we just went out hunting. There's 26 of each of those, and we went out and tried to buy all of them, and everything that was sort of in the 0 to 25 grand range we picked up, and we did really well on a few of the whatever single letter NFT ones. We've done well with a few of the names in that sort of portfolio. I think we probably acquired 15 to 20 names between the 3. And but this is the best one for sure. It's basically this new visa that the Trump administration is rolling out. It's a pay to play visa, $5 million. You get, a residency status, permanent residency status, and a path to citizenship if you so choose. And it's got some tax benefits, and it's got some, it's interesting because it's the first time the United States is introducing any form of tax status that doesn't require taxation on foreign earned income. And so that's an interesting development. There are many countries, most countries, I would say, in the Western world that don't tax foreign earned income. So that could be an interesting sort of purview, but maybe I'm biased but anyways, I think it's called, the official name is the Golden Visa. And now they're calling it the Trump visa. But anyways, there's a whole industry called the EB-5 visa industry, and there's a whole industry around this stuff of people that basically go out and recruit, rich Asians and rich Middle Eastern folks, and then or African or South American, and then basically sell them on this visa. They get some kind of cut, like a lawyer, and they basically do this visa process for them. And it's big business. It's big business. I mean, I think they said in the first week or something they sold 1,000 of these. That's $5 billion, right? So,
Crazy. Real quick. Well, the guys did not guess on the price. Do you guys want to guess on this one real quick? Let's do it. Get an extra point.
Right.
Somebody's going to get a point here. Let's go. Let's.
All right.
I was only off by 600,000 on the last one.
Yeah. They're going to way overshoot this one. Just like on some overcorrecting, like
gold visa. Okay.
Yeah. Gold visa. Which can also be, like the credit card.
Gold yeah. I was just going to say, the actual gold Visa card, well, and it's not like the U.S. is the first country. I mean, Portugal had it, right? I mean, I feel like,
many Portugal, Italy, Spain, Panama used to have one. Golden Visa is a very, in the world.
Term.
Yeah, it's a ubiquitous term in the world of immigration.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see it, boys. More points. Boom. All right, so 65,000 for Shane, Ammar's at 49,995.
So this one went for 25. I think, underwhelming. But the reality is this. This is why.
Boom, another point.
There's a lot to be said for buy it now pricing. But, in a world where some new thing gets introduced, that's a big deal, like this new Golden Visa program. I forgot I even own this name, but it had a buy it now price, which I think was a very fair price.
Yeah,
But in the world where we're going to sell, they're talking about selling, $500 billion in gold visas over 4 years. Probably could have put a little more juice in that, in that jar.
You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
So you go ahead.
So Shane's up or I'm up?
You're up.
I'm up. All right.
And if Drew or I get this point, then technically we're still alive.
Got it. All right. So let's do. All right. Let's do an IO. Zero mail, MAIL.io.
Is this a buy or a sell?
Sell.
Zeromail.io.
I love seeing Drew's face.
Zeromail.io.
Okay. All right. Zero mail. That shit don't pass the radio test, that's for sure.
Zero mail. Yeah.
It's like never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. All right.
Zeromail.io. All right.
Yeah, I gotta give the IO people some hope.
Boom. Got my Jalen Hurts to AJ Brown phone. See, look at that. Touchdown.
All right.
Touchdown. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Shane, what you got?
Hold on.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Disqualified. All right. I'm at 999. Shane's at $20,322.
No.
I don't know. And Drew, where are you, Drew? What's yours?
No, Shane.
All right. Shane's at 3,500. Drew's at 7,369.
All right.
No, Shane's at 9,500.
9,500. Okay.
Shane, man, you're not going to be
Go
allowed to use this bullshit calculator anymore for this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just because you don't know how to read calculator text.
I appreciate if you got a red stapler. You know what I'm saying? I got my joint from Office Space. I got my my swing line. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the nostalgia.
Shane wins by a little bit. 9,900.
Man, I mean, all right. What? That dude, you sold it for what? Almost 10 G's.
9,900. Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Wow.
I have a lot of mail.
Zeromail.io for 10 grand.
Yeah.
What?
So, like I said, I have a lot of mail, MAIL names. My favorite one, blackmail. But
a lot of MALE names too. But that's cool.
Do you own blackmail.com?
Yeah.
Oh, what a good
Do you really?
name.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Oh,
AIL or ALE?
Zero mail.
I own
on the show.
I own the AIL. Slavic owns the ALE.
I figured.
Does he really?
Of course he does.
Those are
awesome.
in the correct hands.
That's really
Of course
funny.
he does.
Shout out to Slav Dog. But real quick, so we actually were just talking on the last show, on the Paul Nick show, about inbox zero and how it's overrated, first of all. And if you are at inbox
all you weak ass punks.
If you're anybody at inbox zero is like literally doesn't have enough going on in their life. That's what we've decided.
Yeah,
just because I'm jealous, really, is where that's coming from.
Yeah,
but
you inbox zero fools. You're not allowed around here.
So zeromail.io, dude, I think it's great. Do you have any insight? All right, so what'd you pay for it? How long did you have it? Any insight on the buyer?
No, it was through Afternic, and I picked it up a while ago on park.io, so for their standard, $99. And like I said, I just, for whatever reason, I like MAIL names, and I've sold a few in the past, and I think there's always somebody trying to reinvent the inbox. And so that's why I love blackmail, because I think somebody's going to take that and make that an amazing email app.
Yeah, totally.
On the show a lot. Like, we talk about these wins, but you're holding on a name for 4 or 5 years. It's, you got to be able to carry the weight. It's not, who's going to carry the boats, right?
Who's going to carry the boats? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I am with my Vajra.
My Vajra is strong. All right, Shane.
I don't even have to carry. I just touch it and I can levitate the boat. If the myth is true.
That's true. Shane, what about you, man? You said you had a buy. You were
No,
gonna
I sold one while Drew has been talking so much. I actually had a couple of sales.
I sold my whole portfolio. It's taken that long.
I literally had a sale during this.
That's right.
So
What
yeah,
you got?
What I tell you, the Vajra is strong.
It is.
Boba BOBA.xyz.
Oh, nice one, Boba.
A.xyz.
My
Oh.
kids, it's like we're so healthy with them. You know what I mean? Like over the top, but they love them some boba tea.
Yeah.
Is it a standard renewal?
Yeah. I only buy standard renewal, so yes, it was.
Boba.xyz.
Boba.
All right. I'm between two numbers. I'm gonna go with the one. I'm gonna go. I got it. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. Ammar is at 24,900. I'm at 10,000. Drew is at 4,369. My other shot was gonna be 15 grand. I just feel the need to say
It
that.
was 15 grand.
Man.
Oh,
I think I get the point anyway. I think I get the point regardless. But
see,
yeah.
problem was I put the Vajra down.
Yeah,
That
you gotta
was the
keep that
problem.
Vajra. All right, so I think I get the point either way, even with my original guess. All right, so what'd you buy it for? How long do you have it?
I bought it at end of December, January this year for $860.
Wow. See, you spent almost $1,000 though. I mean, that's still, this is kind of
I put 100 grand into AIs and XYZs, one word standard renewals, short words, not like the big words, but words like that.
4-character brandables, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
killing it. Like,
yeah.
just killing it.
Well, so we helped the D3 folks get Doma.xyz.
Nice.
Which is also a great one. And this is somewhat similar, maybe even, like super dope little brand. XYZ is doing very well. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe Vajra.xyz is available. Holler at Balake and let's see what's
sounds
good.
like something sounds like something Slavic would have too.
Got that Vajra. Yeah, you can, you get a prescription to it. We're not trying to promote that like we did at the opening.
How's the
But if
Vajra
you take some
doing?
Vajra, you can get yourself going.
Well, somebody owns Vajra.xyz and they want $2,988 for it.
That's a good deal.
That's not bad. Yeah.
You gotta get a blue Vajra, and then you have the best of all worlds.
I don't even know. All I know, here's what I do know. I do know that my man Ammar has won the domain game, so congratulations. And definitely had some good sales, some great stuff to talk about there. Congratulations to everybody for continuing to do what they do. We got about we got about 30 minutes. We're gonna for this and for whatever else we're gonna get into. So let's keep it locked in, boys. We got some really cool names. So hey, this is actually sponsored by NameJet. We review a list of domains coming up for auction. So you can go to the site, DomainSherpa.com, and for this particular episode, download the spreadsheet, which will give you the domain, the Estibot, take it with a grain of salt, how many back orders as of the time we did doing the show, back order end date. Some of these are actually going to end as far as the back order period, but the auctions will be open. But literally right now while the show is airing. So if, go check it out. We don't have any kind of an affiliate relationship. So we're really just saying, go help yourself if it helps, not financial advice. Again, there's a couple of pretty sick names. There's one in particular that I know we're going to talk about.
Is that real? Is GPT real?
I mean, it's real. It's as real as it's on the site at this moment with 160 back orders. And so let's dive into that one and then let Ammar take the list to start. But yeah, I mean, GPT.motherfucking.com. Do you think it's going to go all the way to expire? I guess we'll see, but it's almost like no chance, right?
Unless somebody's dead and they put it in a vault, like all the
No. Well, okay, let's say though, for the sake of argument, since technically it's still out there, it goes to auction, right? What is it going to sell for?
I mean, it was on the market. I spoke to the owner at some point, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It is weird to me that it went to expiry because I feel like something probably did have to happen for that to happen, but I don't know.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh, he's so keeping his cards close to the vest.
I've never heard Drew quiet in my life.
That is the most blatant fucking like instance of Drew being like, I am not going to speak against my interests on this deal right now, which is okay. Look, again, we don't get an affiliate This isn't like we're just here to talk shop and talk shit. But my man is like, nope. I actually wish you didn't even put it on the list today for the show. This is the thing. If he actually paid enough attention that he saw the list ahead of time and actually read the fucking email, he probably would have emailed me and been like, take it off.
You know what? It's like turning off the Super Bowl and thinking nobody will see the performer if you turn off the TV.
He's gonna be like straight up, yo, Billy, cut it, Billy, cut it.
He's gonna need the Vajra to go extra.
Oh, the Vajra.
Yo, the Vajra's strong.
Well, six figures.
Over under 700 grand. That's what I'm putting it at, right? You just
I mean, I think it's 500. I
think 5 is probably around the right number that somebody says, all right, you know, I'm going to flip it for 3 to 5x, or, you're in that moment, your upside is maybe 3 to 5x and your downside is
500.
What Chat GPT sell for? What's Latona sell for?
No, well, it's under NDA. I don't know.
Oh, it is. Okay.
I could speculate. I think I know, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
What did you ask, Shane?
What Chat GPT sold?
Oh, okay.
Because this is more valuable.
This is
right.
More valuable. Yes, that would give you at least.
Well, you say that,
timing.
But it's not an obvious immediate sale to like OpenAI, right? It's
right.
GPT is a generic term. It's not the name of anybody's specific product. I would say, to OpenAI, who has the largest cash position of also the largest burn, but seemingly an open checkbook to, bring in cash. ChatGPT was worth more than GPT to them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and chat also worth more because it's just a faster way of getting people to chat GPT. So anyways, I don't know. I think probably it goes for 300 to 500. That's my guess.
It'll be interesting to see. It's funny. I didn't know what GPT actually stood for. Does anybody here know? Without
general
Googling?
Purpose.
I think it's generative something transformer.
Yeah, generative pre-trained transformer. As you were getting into it, Ammar, I was doing the Jack Nicholson, like, yes, you got it. You're on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was feeling you. But I didn't know what it stood for until about 30 seconds ago, and I chat GPT'd it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it basically responded with, get out my business, bitch. Why you all in my business?
By the way, I highly encourage everybody to use Grok as opposed to ChatGPT. I think it's better.
Use it?
Get the bias up out of here. I don't want bias in my GPTs.
I just think SAML bad.
As he said that, his computer got jumbled. Did you hear that? Your volume got a little fucked up.
He just turned into Little Wayne.
Ew, because that dude's already he's already the ghost in the machine. You feel me?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we'll see. But they just raised more money, right? And then obviously, and then X,
sold itself to itself.
Rock bot. Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm staring in a mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like she just, we've got the short circuit based on the circular function.
I don't know. How much you willing to offer me for A? Well, I'll give you 33 million. Oh, that sounds like a fair deal. I'll take it.
It is a little interesting, but hey, man.
Drew, do you use Grok in X or do you use it standalone?
I use it in X.
I do too, and here's what I don't like about that. Right? It's because I don't like it because then
they have the standalone now.
They have a standalone now.
I'm gonna start fucking with the standalone. Here's what I like is it's convenient, right? I've got X on my phone, I got X on the computer, I can dive into it and da-da-da. But then I find myself down a fucking rabbit hole about methylene blue, and I'm like, I wanted to know something completely different, and now here I am being like, I'm now I'm in this rabbit hole about El Salvadorian prisons. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
I do feel like ChatGPT. This is my honest experience: is that ChatGPT is censored, or like like it's biased in certain ways,
fucking
and
woke GPT.
yeah, it's got a little bit of that woke virus. You know what I'm saying? It's a little
Woke
bit of
GPT, baby. Hey,
yeah.
man. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be. I mean, look,
It's not
it'll
woke,
be.
but it's a little bit. It's like a little bit too polite. Actually, that's what it is for me. It's a little too polite, right? And when I say polite, I don't mean the language, but I mean it like in what it's willing to, let's say, provide and offer.
It won't get dark on you. I feel you, man.
Well, and
Yeah,
Grok
once
is
you
just
get
sort of straight down.
talk that
Grok is sort
shit,
of just
Grok.
straight down the fairway. Whichever way you want to hit the ball, Grok will take you there.
So,
So I don't know. I don't know. Well, like I don't know
I
what I
feel
would
like
do with
GPT being on the list
wildfires.com.
broke your brain a little bit, man. Like,
It
I don't
did.
even know
It did.
what to say about these other names, this garbage on the list that I wouldn't.
No. It's not garbage. Like I said,
I
these
don't
are
care
all
if you think it's
good
garbage.
names.
They're not my names. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
I
guess
know.
I feel some sort of ownership because I put the list together, but I'm more just working off of whatever's in the system, man.
Yeah.
Wildfires, you just pull the API from the National Wildfire Database, throw them on a map, and add the shit out of it. Like literally, anybody can.
Yeah. Right. I mean, but
All right, you know what, Ammar? Let's move on. Shane, what do you
let's
like
move
or
on.
don't you like? Because Ammar's not ready for this.
I'm not.
So I own July.org, so I see November, and I think I could have 2 out of the 12.
You can have 1/6 of all the months.org.
November's got Thanksgiving in it. I'm trying to think, okay, what would November, like, what's the value?
Until
look,
November, Do you
those are
remember?
more or wholesale names, like domain owners like to own them. I don't know how often they sell. I do think probably December and July. I like July because 4th of July and org. That's like the big national, holiday here in the United States.
I just think they make great brands. You know what I mean? Like July is kind of.
Yeah, I think in general in the com, like
July, like you've got companies that leverage months in their names and stuff in ways that I think maybe with the .org it's a little different, but
No, I agree with that. And days of the week, we see Monday and all those Friday and all those names. So I think that's good. Fonz is fun. Again, how old I am, right? I don't like if I ask my daughter who the Fonz is, not a clue in the world. Not a clue in the world.
Hey.
But I go,
hey.
He's the original jump. He originally was the guy who jumped the shark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the episode of Happy Days where he's on the boat, right? He's on.
That is the best. The best.
That's literally they jumps the shark. I mean, that's where the term.
Literally the term
like water skiing, right?
Yeah, water skiing. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
that's when you knew the show was going down.
The show, it's a wrap. It's jump the shark. That's it.
Run out of stories. We've gotten through Mork and Mindy. We've gotten through
and he jumps the shark in his leather jacket.
Oh, of course he did, man. Of course he did. YouTube that. I haven't seen that in forever.
You think that's still trademarked? Like, I mean, how long does that last? Could you name something Fonz?
I think it would be trademarked still.
Well,
I would
in what
assume.
way though, right? Remember, trademark law is based off the idea of eliminating consumer confusion, right? So, it depends on class and, just because a character of a TV show named The Fonz, you could have Fonz.com. It could be a million different things that wouldn't be infringing.
But if the logo was this, I'd be in trouble.
Maybe. Yeah, that would be starting to get into a bit of a gray area. Like all lawyers love to say, they would say, it depends,
Yeah.
And then I like Home Fresh. I think Home Fresh is, it's like it's just a nice brand. Home Fresh is a great brand. That's probably the best brand on here is Home Fresh. Like, who doesn't want a fresh home? I want a fresh house. I want fresh food in my house. I want fresh clothes. I want to be, I want fresh to death. You know what I'm
Fresh to
saying?
death,
All
baby.
around the
My
whole
favorite.
house, whole
Yeah,
home. I want my whole home fresh.
Right. So these are, again, it's a good name, but what's it going to go for, right? What's your upside? What's your max on that name? What do you price
I
it?
mean, I'm trying to own that name for like $2,500 or less, right? And then
We're
I'm
trying to
hoping to
sell it
sell
for
it for 25
25
to
to
50.
50.
Yes.
Jinx.
I'm probably
Gonna
I'm probably out, right? I'll probably get priced out, but
Right.
that would be the objective.
Right.
But I do like that. I probably, I might dip my toe in above 25, but not a lot higher.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
dig it.
The other name I'm going to speak on is rum.org. Now, I just want to say this is not a name you want to own because you think it's a great investment. But I've been a rum head for a long time since I moved to Panama in 2008, and I like me some rum. I don't really drink it anymore. More of a tequila guy these days, but I have a deep appreciation for rum, and I would own that name for the right price.
Yeah. That's a good name.
Yeah. No, I like rum.org.
Hey,
A
and
name I like that we didn't
Space-
mention. Oh, go ahead.
Space Center is also interesting.
Oh yeah, Space Center is good. Yeah,
I think that name has good potential upside if you can get it cheap enough.
Mhm.
I could actually.
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure who the commercial buyer is for it though.
That's a 10.
You know what I mean? Like you
for
already have Kennedy Space Center, so it's like,
And I was there last year. I really enjoyed it, by the way. I don't know if
oh,
anybody's in it.
hell yeah! I've been in there a bunch of times. Kennedy Space Center is where it's at.
Yeah, for people who in and around the Florida area that are looking like to take their kids to do something pretty interesting, because you realize like space is such a dope thing. I really would love to see like Elon get involved and like to sort of redo the whole shit, like add some stuff like the history though of like some of the original space shuttles. You actually see they have in this enormous, big, almost like warehouse style building, and I forget which shuttle it is, but they actually have it like, and they have it sort of cut in half so you can see sort of the size and what it looked like and like get some perspective around like holy shit, like they sent this thing up into fucking space 40 years ago, and it's just really really wild, and they have some pretty interesting cool IMAX and some other stuff and a few like rides kind of. Yeah, I went with my younger son in his like school class. I was their chaperone, and which was also interesting, so I gathered them up. By the way, little chaperone tip, if you ever get, well, I guess you guys won't really, and Shane's long, maybe your grandkids at some point, but I gathered these boys because it's a bunch of 12-year-old dudes that are like, liable to end up fucking climbing on top of the rocket, type of thing. And I was like, listen, guys,
Dude, they got scrambled eggs for brains.
I was like, guys, it's not my job to keep an eye on you. It's your job to keep an eye on me. If you get lost, it's not my fault. It's your fault. And you're the one who's going to get in trouble. So let's just keep, just so you guys know, you better lock in. They were like, yes, sir. You know what? We had a great day. Anyway, but yeah, big shout out to the Kennedy Space Center. It was a lot of fun. And I thought it was super, super cool and enlightening. Kids don't do enough smart stuff. I think that's something that,
To age me, I was born on the day they landed on the moon. So, or as Drew said, the day they pretended to land on the moon.
And there was a lot of domain talk. So really quick around the horn, we got a couple more minutes. Let's just Drew, do you have anything to talk about otherwise that is related to domains and your life and your world that you want to talk about? I'll mute you if you go off. You know what I'm saying? Do it.
What do I want to talk about? I would say go check out dnx.com.
Boom.
It is the absolute best way to surface the best domain names in all of the different marketplaces.
Boom.
Josh is doing an amazing job over there. And if you are out trying to find the needle in the haystack in these marketplaces, good luck if you're not using dnx.com. What else?
Oh, that's good.
If you're trying to buy some big boy domains, come check out Media Options. We got, we deep. We got DNA.com, human.com. We got two-letter.com. We got, I mean, you name it. You know what I mean? Like we're heavy. We're heavy.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. So, all right. Well, that's what's up, man. Thank you very much. All right, Ammar, what about you? What else you got?
Oh, and if you're looking to buy solstice.com, that shit, it's about to sell. That stuff's basically already sold. By the time this thing airs, it's probably already out the gate, so you missed your opportunity. If you're trying to buy born.com, it's about that horse is about to get out the gate. You probably got 48, 72 hours to step up if you're interested in born.com. You know what I mean? Things are
We got some
moving.
other really cool stuff coming in the pipe too. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So,
Yeah,
all
good.
right, Shane, what about you, bro?
Same thing. DSAD. I'm gonna move into a newsletter, although Beehive does not like links. So I just got an email saying all the links that you do, we don't like at all. But if you sign up for the newsletter, DSAD, I think newsletters are just a good format. If you do a good one, like it's got to
Yeah.
be consistent and good. I do that pretty well. Same thing, botany.com. If you want to do all this nonsense that we're talking about, I can't help you. But if you want to get in your garden and do some plants and just get away from something different,
I love that.
I do a pretty good newsletter there. The other thing that I'm having fun with is on Instagram, I got @botany and @runner, and the @runner account's blowing up. Like it's getting 500,000 views on some videos. So
What?
yeah, yeah,
Damn.
Awesome, dude.
yeah.
Check it out.
But
That'll be awesome.
beautiful women running, and it's just. But I will say the social media handles, without getting on a tangent, they make really good authority. So when I comment as @runner on a runner account, they look at the account real quick, like, "Ooh, they've got runner," and it just gets more attention and does better, and it has more engagement when it has really good social media handles and domain names. When you sign up for a newsletter at botany.com, you'll see I got a nice landing site, and it has authority. So again, I'm building on the things that we do for a living, trying to build on some good handles and good domains. So
curation, authority, all under the umbrella of naming, strong naming. I mean, it's, in a world where there's so much information, there's so much noise. It's like the authority and the curation really will drive a lot of direction for people that are otherwise kind of meandering or looking for direction.
As @runner on a runner account, they look at the account real quick, like, "Ooh, they've got runner," and it just gets more attention and does better, and it has more engagement when it has really good social media handles and domain names. When you sign up for a newsletter at botany.com, you'll see I got a nice landing site, and it has authority. So again, I'm building on the things that we do for a living, trying to build on some good handles and good domains. So that's what I'm doing.
Curation, authority, all under the umbrella of naming, strong naming. I mean, it's, in a world where there's so much information, there's so much noise. It's like the authority and the curation really will drive a lot of direction for people that are otherwise kind of meandering or looking for direction. So
Yeah.
and for things they can trust, sources of information.
Well, I'm
products.
hoping that's me and my domain names putting them together. I'm hoping that makes for a good social proof and authority figure. So that's
It's really
my goal.
true. Well, and I'll just touch on this for about 30 seconds, then we'll go. But on the show last week with Paul, both him and Drew, agreed, with this idea of AI and what it's going to mean for domain names. And, it was this idea that, look, like with all of this noise, all of these options, all of this ability to get AI doing a lot of the work and things like that, it's like, a lot of services, things will be commoditized. Content could be, conceivably commoditized, with the ability to create it. This new Chat GPT release with the images and the Ghibli stuff and everything else. And, really your moat is your brand, right? And your brand is represented in the digital world through your domain name, and I think social handles are somewhat the same. We talked about in the beginning. We said naming, under this umbrella of naming, even the name of an ETF, right? Like the better the name, the better the brand, the probably more likely the adoption and use and discovery.